So here in front of me is the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, and I can see here the market broke to the downside. Here kind of a double top with this divergence on the RSI and the MACD, and then the market formed lower lows, lower highs here, breaking below the 200 EMA. So here I know the market is bearish. I can see here this trend line and the inner one here at the 50 EMA, somewhere around here with these wicks hitting my trend line. Now if I let the market run, I can see the MACD breaking to the downside right here once, twice, 3 times, and here maybe now 4 times. And every time here we hit this, the market goes to the 50 EMA, here again, and here again, before breaking to the downside. So this is what is happening here. And now the market is forming something similar. Here on the 50-minute chart, we are getting closer to the 50 EMA after this break, after this MACD formed a lower here, kind of half moon, whatever you want to call it, doesn't really matter. So now what I'm looking for is here an entry right around here at the 50 EMA. So now the market is getting closer to the 50 EMA on the 50-minute chart. So now I'm looking for an entry, and I go to the lower time frames. So here we are on the 3-minute chart. Here this is the pullback, the kind of bearish flag on the 50-minute chart to the 50 EMA. Here on the 3-minute chart it is the 200 EMA, and I can see the market now forming a nice bearish flag with this kind of pointy triangle movement here, coming back to this area. Here a big red bearish candlestick breaking the previous structure, so somewhere around here. We can also take this into consideration, these two big red candlesticks. Somewhere around here the market comes back. Now looking for an entry here. If I let the market run and see what's happening here, so the market now hit the first bearish candlestick right here, this area. Now the market coming back. So now what I want to see here, since this bearish flag is being pretty nice, something like a double top right here. This bearish flag pretty pointy. If I take the fib here as well, I can see the market coming back to the 70 area at the blue area here, the middle line perfectly. Also the middle line here of this candlestick around here. So now I'm looking here for an entry. Some kind of, here is a bearish candlestick full engulfing, not really a sign to enter, but now here maybe the market will give me a double top. So now here coming back to the upside once again. Here this will now be my left shoulder. Here this will be my head. So here now the double top around here. So now here hit the kind of double top. So now I'm looking for an entry here on the 3-minute chart. So this here is pretty bearish here, but still not something where I would enter. Here we hit pretty much the same exact level on the double top. So now market going lower. So around here now I switch between the 531 and 50-minute chart. So now we go back here and see what happens. So here a pretty bearish candlestick, here the RSI below the 50 levels on the 5-minute chart, and it was pretty engulfing here, took out all the previous candlesticks after this double top. So I might enter around here, but I might also wait for the market to slightly pull back and then enter somewhere in the middle of this candlestick here. Fibonacci blue area hit here my double top, pretty nice bearish flag on the 50-minute chart, also pretty bearish here. These two red candlesticks got retested. So now if I zoom in here a bit, now maybe I will go to the 1-minute chart. So here on the 1-minute chart, this is the 5-minute area, the candlestick. So now I'm looking here for an entry after the retracement, after the huge 5-minute candlestick. So around here is my left shoulder, which is here my resistance area now. So this area here, maybe the lower one. So somewhere now right here, this was the 5-minute candlestick. So now here the market is retracing. So here now I'm looking for an entry right around here once the market pulls back, and I can see here on the 1-minute chart we are forming a bearish flag here as well. So now here I might enter my trade right around here. So now the market breaking the flag here. So now the market going to the downside, now going back to the bigger time frames. And so here the market goes to the downside. Here is my entry point somewhere. And now the market coming back up here, still didn't hit my stop loss, but came pretty close. Now the market going to the downside here, this huge bearish candlestick breaking below the 50 EMA, RSI, MACD below the 0 and 50 levels. So my target here would be at least here, since this is a 2.5 kind of. I would even go further to the downside and target the 3. Now if I go to the 50-minute chart here, so now right here the 50-minute chart here broke the 50 EMA with this pretty bearish candlestick, RSI, MACD below the 50 and 0 levels again. So pretty bearish sign, which is here within this bearish flag on the 50-minute chart after the retracement here to the 50 EMA right here with this MACD half moon. And if I zoom in here a bit, here was my first kind of bearish flag, but not fully engulfing, here slightly weak at the 50 EMA, but still a bearish sign, because here was my entry on the lower time frames on the 1 and 5-minute chart. So here again the bigger one breaking, and my area was somewhere around here. Something like this was my trade, so I target here at least a 1, 2, 3 somewhere around here. Now if I let the market run, I can see the market breaking to the downside, hit my take profit here. If we go back to the 5-minute chart, so here the first target around here, and then the market here slightly came up, retesting the 50 EMA, and then came to the downside. So here somewhere would be my take profit. Again, the first one here the previous low, and then here the second one, and then the market went further to the downside, but then turned around right immediately. So this is the 50-minute retracement MACD strategy, where you wait for the market to pull back to the 50 EMA and then look for entries on the lower time frames. Here a nice entry, 200 EMA, pretty bearish engulfing candlestick on the 5-minute chart. At the same time here, a 3-strike trend line being formed here with this second touch here, pretty close. Again, trend area right around here, breaking, fully engulfing below the 200 EMA. Here a second one, which was the retracement. Again on the 1-minute chart, had a bearish flag as well, which retraced to the left shoulder, my entry point, and then the market went to the downside.